Good morning. This is Tricia with Easy Emini Trade, and I wanted to go over a couple things from Monday the 7th and Tuesday the 8th. Also, want to let you know that attached with this link in the email that you're getting, there are stats for the last 6 months for trades that we've called in the room. So anyway, just check those out. A lot of people have been asking for them, so I just thought I would attach them and everybody gets them. And anybody who wants more information on the setups can go to www.easyemintrade.com. So we're going over Monday and Tuesday, which are these two bars, Monday, Tuesday. And we had said that it looked like we had divergence, higher high here, while this was creating lower highs. So we expected that, we might have to, have a pullback. So now it will just remains to be seen, of course, where the pullback will be to. Will it be to, where we came to yesterday, a strong area of support at 1088, or will we continue lower to 85 or 82, or our next area is 78? So we'll just have to wait and see how that all plays out. But still, with the exception of yesterday, Monday, we're still within that very tight consolidation area. So, as we keep saying, as long as you remain there, you do have to pay attention to the previous price stalls. And not that you can't take a trade, you just need to be aware of it so you're not sitting there letting a trade turn against you, or you can take the bounce or you can take the pullback, however you like to trade. So this is Monday that you're looking at, and we this was at 946, and we got closed outside the channel. It got us above the floor trader pivot point. It got us above the close from the previous day. So we took that expecting that we might get a little bit of a stall in this area here at 1109.50. We didn't. We actually got through that. So that was nice. We got a little added bonus there. For those of you who are a little more daring, at 9:31 you actually had to close outside the channel and everything was in line to take it. This occurred right in the area of 1107, and of course you got your pivot point above you at 1107.50. And this area of 1107, it has been very strong as a way of previous support and resistance. So I just opted to wait to get through it. I didn't want to have to get whipped around for a while before I could be profitable. So this actually suited my style a little bit better. Get through all the junk and then just sit back for a move higher. So that's how I choose to do it. But everything's in line. Indicator above 20 and rising, green above the red, close outside the channel, we're good to go. Now, this was a setup that we took at 243. We actually wanted to get in up here to a pullback to the channel once we broke the 50% retracement. That's what this dotted line is. And it never did pull back to that line. So this was our first opportunity to take it, knowing that 1100 was right below a strong area of support. So we took that knowing that that was likely where we would bounce. So we figured out ahead of time, obviously, how much room do we have for profit and is it worth our while? And yes, we got our first price objective, and then of course we bounced. But here, you do get closed outside the channel, but nothing ever sets up. Meaning, if you were to put your entry in a quarter under this bar, it never traded to that price. And then you're taking something right above your 50% retracement, a strong area of support. So for me, I'm going to wait to get through that and then look to take an entry. You do obviously get closed below the 50% retracement and outside the channel on this bar, but it's a huge bar. Look at all the air that is between you and this channel. So likely that you're going to get a pullback. Obviously, we did, but it just wasn't big enough for us to be able to take it, or big enough for me to take it, I should say. Meaning I wanted to pull back to at least the channel. But it worked out fine nonetheless. The previous price action, the rest of the day, you really would have just been taking range trades, at the upper channel, lower channel. I mean, that's about all you could do, if that suits your style. And this is Tuesday. You do get a setup here at 9:32, and so again, just depends on if that works for you getting in a trade that early. Everything's in line. ADX is above 20 and rising. Your indicator here is red's above the green, so everything's good to take a short. For me, it's just a little bit early, meaning I'm going to let it just trade for a little while longer before I'm interested in taking it. I don't have any time frame any longer, like to say, okay, at 9:34 I'll take a trade. But until I watch the market and see that time and time again that these early morning setups like 9:31, 9:32 will work, I'm not going to take them. However, a few minutes later, if we pull back to the channel, I would have been willing to take that. The first opportunity we got to take it was when it pulled back here, and it got us under a support area of 1092, with our target being 1088, just because we know that that's a really strong area of support. So we were able to get in here under this bar, got filled on the next bar, and that was at 943, I believe, knowing that we got 1088, and that's where we're likely to get a bounce. So got our first target, second target, and obviously then we bounce. And what I do when I get my first target is I move my stop to my entry. So this way I'm profitable no matter what happens. But that's, again, just my style. And here was an entry that we took, and that was at 1056. So we get closed outside the channel, and everything's in line here, and so we get filled on the very next bar. Now the issue is, after the next bar formed, the bar that basically took our entry, when that completed, you could see that we have divergence. But unfortunately, once the divergence formed, we were already in the trade, so unfortunately got stopped out of that one. But you can see here that you have a higher low here than here, while here in price you have a lower high here than here. So that usually is an indication that you could expect a price bounce. But unfortunately, this occurred after we were in the trade. If we had seen this, or let's say that this set up like this before we got in the trade, we would never have been interested. That would be an ideal spot to take a trade based on touching the lower channel and expecting it to bounce up to the upper channel. So just the way it is sometimes, nothing you can do about that. And the rest of the day you would have taken range trades, again, according to what fits your style. So I hope that helps, and you can get more information about the setups at www.easyminitrade.com.